What's up, everybody? Back here at Don't Know Ball, and World Cup season is upon us, so it's time to do my World Cup bracket. Man, I'm so excited for this shit because the last World Cup was good, and now that I'm actually in tune with soccer, this shit is getting me hyped. Like, I'm just so hyped. I'm even going to a couple games myself, so I might make videos on that, do a little vlog or something like that. So make sure to like, sub, and follow because we're going to be bringing World Cup content while it's on. All right, let's start off here with Group A, where we got Mexico, the host, one of the host nations. We got South Africa, we got Korea Republic, and we got Czech. I'm not very fond on this Mexico side, so first I'll go Czech. Even though it probably would be smarter to go Mexico, I think Czech will win. Maybe they finish on the same amount of points, but Czech just has a higher goal difference. And then second, I have Mexico. This is a pretty weak group. I don't know too much about South Africa, but they can't be that good. And then Korea, I mean, they got a couple of players, nothing too crazy. So this is how I think Group A is gonna go. I have Czech, Mexico, Korea, and South Africa. Even though you could change Czechia and Mexico, I think those are the solidified 1 and 2. And then here we got Group B, a top 3 bottom group for sure, with Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. Another host nation group. I'll go Swiss first because they just have probably the best team here, and I think they do have the most World Cup experience. And second, again, like Mexico, because of home field advantage, I think they'll get second. I mean, Canada's team isn't really strong, but this isn't a hard group. And then Bosnia and Qatar. I mean, Bosnia did beat Italy, so, they're definitely not a bad side. But I think they'll get third. I do think they'll be one of the third place teams to make it. And I think just Qatar is just way too weak. It is being their second ever World Cup. And in 2022, they qualified because they were the host. They didn't even get a single point. And I don't even think Canada's going to win. But at home field advantage, bro, they at least going to get 3 draws. They better at least beat Qatar, actually. So that's my Group B predictions right now. And finally, here in Group C, we actually have a pretty juicy group with 2 heavy-hitting teams in Brazil, Morocco, and we got Haiti, and we got Scotland. 1 and 2 is Brazil and Morocco. The order, up to you. But for me, personally, I have Brazil first. Neymar's announced on the squad, and I think that will make them play harder, at least in the group stage. Now, outside of the group stage, we'll see what they do when we get there. But I think because of Neymar, they'll lock in. And if they can get Vinny to actually do something for once in a Brazil jersey, this could be very different. And then second, we got Morocco in 2022 World Cup. They made it to what? The semis or the quarterfinals? I think the semis. But their run was amazing. They knocked out Spain in the round of 16. Then they knocked out Portugal as well. And ever since then, this team has just been going all the way up. And then the AFCON making the finals with that whole controversy bullshit we're not going to get into. But very solid team. They'll be second. And then Scotland, Scott McTominay and Joan McGinley will demolish Haiti. And I could definitely see them going as a third place team if they don't get demolished by Brazil and Morocco. Maybe they lose 1-0 to Brazil, 1-0 to Morocco if they get, and then they beat Haiti like 3-0, something like that, and they'll be able to go through. But we'll see these third place teams. But yeah. And here we have our group: the USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Another not so crazy group since we're the host nations and we get put in pot 1. Like, there's no heavy hitting team. But I think maybe this is a little biased. Maybe I'm being a little biased. But fuck it, this is my fucking team. I might have US first because of home field advantage, even though Mexico and Canada are second. Like I said, I might be a little biased. So I'm going to go USA first. Yeah, our top players aren't in, crazy form or whatnot, but we'll make it work. I hope. At least make it out the group. If we get grouped, I mean, it's a possibility. It's not impossible to get grouped because it's like a pretty even group. But I just have us first, and that's maybe me being biased. Because then I'll have Turkey second, who are the favorites to top the group, I believe. I mean, they have a lot of talent. I mean, they have 2 wonder kids in Arda Güler and Yildiz, and then you still have Çalhanoğlu, like pretty solid midfield. They have that good goalie from Fenerbahce. Like, I really do like the Turkey team, so I think they'll get second. And then Paraguay and Australia, I've heard a lot of noise about Paraguay. I don't know anybody on the team for it. I just know that center back duo, and I know Almiron. I don't know anybody else on the team, but a lot of people have said they're gonna make some noise. But Australia last World Cup in a decent group, they made it out. I know it was like France, they had Tunisia, and they had somebody else. But they were able to make it out of the group, and in the round of 16, they put up a fight against the eventual winners in Argentina. Australia had lost 2-1, so they were here at the last World Cup. They made it out, and I think they'll get third. And Paraguay, I know they have a pretty solid defense, but I'm not too sure on their attacking. I don't know if they're a top heavy hitting team to go out there and give you some goals. But this is right here probably one of the hardest groups to predict because you can see every outcome happening. Here in Group E, we have 3 really good teams, and we have Curaçao. We have Germany, Curaçao, Cote d'Ivoire, and we have Ecuador. I think Ecuador topped this group. That Germany team that just got released doesn't impress me whatsoever. I do think they left a decent amount of talent at home. They have no pace, just that front line is gonna be horrendous. And I just, Ecuador did amazing in CONMEBOL qualifying, if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I kept up with it because one of my countries is from there, but Ecuador was second, I believe, and just that defense is locked down. And you get a nice little clean sheet, you get a lucky goal, a lucky header in or a corner, and you can easily win a game like that. So if they can play at their moment or at their pace, I don't know if they're like a heavy counter team or if they just like to play possession, but I do think they'll get like a 1-0 win over Germany or something. And the Germany team, I'm not the most like excited about because, like I just said, it doesn't really intrigue me. I think like I said, they left a lot of talent at home, so I can easily see the Ivory Coast come second over Germany because they've gotten grouped the last 2 times. And bro, you can get grouped twice. No, just once, but twice, and now potentially 3 times. I could honestly see the team getting grouped 3 times. But I think just because Curaçao's there, they'll get like a good win against them. So maybe you lose against Ivory Coast and Ecuador, but you just demolish Curaçao and you get out like that. I don't see them getting grouped at all. I could definitely see them getting third. But for me, they'll come in second. Ivory Coast, a really good AFCON nation. I like their team. I do think it's a team that can make somewhat of a run. Nothing crazy. And Curaçao, if you get a point, I'll be impressed. And Group F, I do think this is a group of death because you can see all 4 teams qualifying and all 4 teams not qualifying. Now, the top dogs is Netherlands and Japan, but you can't count out Tunisia or Sweden. Japan is a team that they beat England in friendlies. Now, though, they have a couple of injuries. Like, I know Mitoma isn't going and somebody else that I'm forgetting. So that's a big L to them. But Japan is a solid team that we can't underestimate. But I like Netherlands more. I can definitely see these 2 teams drawing when they face each other. But I think just Netherlands has too much talent. They have, a pretty solid midfield, a pretty solid defense. And up top, there's nothing to wow about. But been there, done that. So I think for that reason, they'll top the group. And then Japan second, pretty interchangeable again. Another group where if Japan was to top it, I wouldn't be surprised. And then between Sweden and Tunisia, it's kind of hard. I don't really like this Swedish team too much. I don't think it's a very impressive team. And Tunisia, in the last World Cup group, they didn't make it out, but they were able to beat France. And now, you don't have a top tier team like France. So what if they upset the Netherlands or they upset Japan and they finish top 2 in this group, which is definitely a possibility. So again, I like my teams with experience, and Tunisia got that experience. Sweden in World Cup qualifying, they got 0 points, but they clutched up when they had to. So it depends. Are we going to see 0 point Sweden, or are we going to see Victor Gyökeres Sweden? His Sweden, but he scored a hat trick in that first round of the playoffs, and then in the second round against Poland, they won. So I don't know which side of Sweden we're going to see. So for that reason, I'm going to just go with Tunisia. I've seen what they can do. And now we got Group G, another group that isn't really like exciting anybody. You got Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Belgium, for as bad as a national team they are, got a really easy group. This is definitely one of the bottom pot 1 teams you could have gotten that wasn't like the host nations. So I still think they'll top the group. Then second, Egypt. I think these are very clearly the 1 and 2. I kind of hope Egypt get first and Belgium get second, but I think this is how it's going to stay. Belgium's golden generation, it underwhelmed, and now the names aren't nothing crazy. Egypt, I don't know nothing about the Egypt team except Marmoush, Mohamed Salah, and then one of the center backs. But they're not a bad side, I guess. I mean, they made it decently far in AFCON, and you got Mo Salah. He's not playing for Liverpool. You don't got Arne Slot to be mad at. So now he's going to chill. He's going to vibe, and he's going to get this team out the group. Now between Iran and New Zealand, I think whoever gets third here does not make it out of the group whatsoever, so I don't really think it matters. I'll go New Zealand and then Iran fourth, but I don't really have a good reason as to why I have them third and fourth. And here we got Group H with the favorites, Spain, Cabo Verde making their first World Cup, Saudi, who beat Argentina in the first game in the last group stage, and Uruguay. Not a good group, at least off name talent. First, easily Spain. They do unfortunately have some injuries, like Lamine Yamal probably missed the first game or 2. No Fedamine. Nico Williams, I think, is going inside a little banged up. So, not the strongest Spanish side is going to be out there, but still a good and reliable side. Last World Cup, they got knocked out round of 16, but now they have more talent than ever, and I think they'll be motivated. They'll definitely be motivated. The young guys will go in there and they'll try to do what they got to do, and maybe they'll get some revenge. And I do think this team will make it pretty far. Second, you guys just go Uruguay. From what I've heard, they haven't been in great form. They don't really have too good of a team. Like, you got Valverde, you got Araujo, you got Erwin Nunez. I don't know how he's been doing in Saudi, but nothing good about this team. Nothing to stand out about this team. Maybe like their goalie. I don't know if their goalie is the guy from from Atletico, the backup goalie. If that's the case, Muso's not bad at all. But this is the team that I'm going to be seeing 2 times at the World Cup, so I'm going to have to get used to some Uruguay ball. So hopefully they go crazy and they show out for me because, unfortunately, these are not the games I want to go to. But I'm not paying $2,000 to go to a fucking game, so I'll work with what I got. I will literally work with what I got. And then Cabo Verde and Saudi. Give me Cabo Verde to get third. What they'll do against Saudi, will they win? Will they draw? I don't know. But I want Cabo Verde to get third, and I want Saudi to get fourth. I think I'm seeing both of those teams at the World Cup. I wish I was seeing Spain, but I'm not. But I think Cabo Verde would get third. Why? Don't know. There's got to be some type of upsets. I don't think I've had upsets for real, but maybe upsets are coming now. And now we got Group I, another group of death, where you have France coming out back-to-back World Cup finals. You got Senegal, really, really good African side. Iraq and Norway. Yeah, let's just get out the way. Iraq's getting fourth. Iraq would be lucky to get 8 points. And then we have Norway that is on the uprise. Senegal, solid side, and France is France. Those attacking options are just out of this world. Like they can have 4 to 5 combinations and they'll all be good. So I think France will get first. They're the proven team, back-to-back World Cup. Mbappe, Olise, Dembele, Cherki. This is just off attacking. Like, bro, that is fucking crazy. How do you have that many fucking attackers, man? How? God damn, I'm really jealous, bro. And in between Senegal and Norway, the Norway team is a decent. There's a decent amount of Bodo Glimt players, and we saw what Bodo did in the Champions League. So you have that Bodo Glimt team as a foundation, and on top of that, you're gonna add like a Holland, a Sorloth, a Odegaard, and then like a couple other players. So if you do that, and you add on top of that, and in World Cup qualifying, they were a powerhouse team, scoring hella goals in their group. They continue that. I could definitely see them get second place, and then Senegal third, and Iraq fourth. I think Senegal will be a good third place team to go through, or Norway. I could see either or, and I could see Senegal if they get a really favorable matchup in the first round. Maybe let's say against like a Belgium or something. I could definitely see Senegal beating them. I would have Senegal beating them. So I will have Senegal going decently far depending on the matchup. Now we got Group J with the defending champs, Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. This is the group that I was looking at, and I couldn't decide on who to put 2 through 4. Obviously, first you got Argentina. You're going to make it light work of this group. But I was really looking at 2 to 4, and I did not know what the fuck to do. Like, I really didn't. I like Algeria. Like, just off name value out of these teams, I think Algeria is probably, like, at least FIFA-wise, is probably ranked the highest. So I'll go Algeria second just because I don't know if they've ever made noise in a World Cup. But, I know a couple of players on the Algerian team, so I'm gonna go them second. And then between Austria and Jordan, I think Austria have an all-right team. They have an all-right team at best. And Jordan, I do not know shit about Jordan, but at some points, man, you gotta have a little bit of upsets. So I'll go Jordan third, and I'll have Austria crashing out in fourth place. And here we got Group K with Portugal, DR Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Obviously, the 2 groups that stand up, the 2 teams that stand up, Portugal and Colombia. Portugal will play for Ronaldo again, just like I said Brazil would do for Neymar. So for that reason, I'll have them first. And just because that midfield is so quality, they have good fullback options, a decent center back, a pretty good center back duo. You have a good goalie. It's just up top where they're a little lackluster. But if you can get Ronaldo in the right spots, he'll take advantage of him. And with Bruno coming off 20 Premier League assists, maybe even more if he gets some in the last day for Man United, it's looking good. Bruno can get some nice through balls into Ronaldo, puts it in the back of the net. This team can go far. I actually probably do have them going far. Like I said, I haven't done a bracket, so in my head, I don't have a set like, okay, they're going against who, but I do think this team will make it far. Colombia, good side. All I can remember from Colombia is that they played a friendly against Croatia in March and they lost. So I will not put them over Portugal for that reason. And between Uzbekistan and DR Congo, I'll have Uzbekistan. Why? I don't know. But they have Kusanov, and then DR Congo have like Mayulu and Wisa or whatever. Just, I got some type of ball knowledge, but when we start talking about Uzbekistan and DR Congo and Jordan and Panama, like, you lost me there. I know a good amount of nations, but when we start talking about those nations that haven't made it to the World Cup in a while or are new, is where the ball knowledge gets a little interesting. And here we got Group L, where we got England and Tuchel. That guy made some very, very questionable decisions. So this England team has definitely gone down a few spots. We have Croatia, we got Ghana, and we got Panama. England's still going to top the group. But leaving Harry Maguire at home is crazy. Leaving Lewis Hall is crazy. Leaving Cole Palmer is crazy. Those are the 3 I think are crazy. You got Morgan Gibbs White at home. Alongside Morgan Gibbs White, you have Morgan Gibbs White at home. You got Adam Morton at home. and you bring John Stones, who's played 8 Premier League minutes in 2026. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. And Croatia, they've done really good the last 2 World Cups, but I think the Croatia hype is gonna fall down. I definitely think they'll be making a fast exit. So give me Ghana in second, and give me Croatia in third, and Panama in fourth. Like I said, I do think this Croatia team is gonna be on the decline. You see here they're ranked 11th, but I think they'll crash out pretty early. And now here we got the top 3 third place groups advancing. I'll have Croatia, I'll have Senegal, I'll have Ivory Coast. And now this is where it gets a little hard. Okay, no. Scotland. And now when I think about the rest, is like who's capable enough to get a win or like 2 draws. I think Bosnia are very capable. I have to like look at the groups again, like these third place teams. I don't know, man. It's hard. Maybe like a Cabo Verde. I think I'll put a Cabo Verde in there in their first World Cup, or yeah, in their first World Cup. I was praising Tunisia, but they have Sweden. Like I could see them getting a draw. I could see New Zealand beating Iran, like Australia and Paraguay. Oh man. Give me Australia. Alongside Australia, what teams could I see getting like 2 draws? Man, this is hard. Uzbekistan, nah, they probably could. Jordan, let's see, Jordan making it through. So far, we have 2. So this is would be the last team to go through. We like think Uzbekistan can make it through. Man, I'm gonna pick a team. I'll just go Jordan. Go Jordan to make it through, and that would leave Kyrgyz Republic, Tunisia, Uzbekistan, and New Zealand out at the World Cup. And now we get to the juicy parts. The round of 32s, the knockout stage. This is where shit gets real. First matchup, Ecuador and Scotland. Ecuador would be too much for Scotland to handle. That defensive pressure that they'll apply just won't be enough for Scotland's lack of options. France and Australia, they put up a good fight against Argentina last time, but I don't think they'll put up a good fight against France. Give me France and makes it around the 16. We got 2 host nations going against each other in the US, but I would take Canada over Mexico to make it to around the 16. And then we got Netherlands and Morocco. Do I see Morocco making another big run, or do I see Netherlands doing something? I think I see Netherlands doing something. This team has to prove themselves. They'll make it to the round of 16, and this will be a great matchup that I hope will, I can see definitely going next time. 2 big powerhouse nations going against each other. And we have Colombia and Ghana. Good match. Pretty solid matchup. Do I get an upset here? I think Ghana will upset Colombia, and Colombia will be crashing out in the round of 32. Give me Ghana in the upset. Spain and Algeria, not even close. Give me Spain. Not much to say. USA and Bosnia. This is why maybe my bias comes in, and I want the US to top the group, because we'll be facing the 3rd place team in Group B. So we have to take advantage of that. And if we get this matchup, give me the USA all day. And then Belgium and Cabo Verde, good shit making it out the knockout rounds. Well, we'll be seeing Belgium going through. And then Brazil and Japan. So for topping the group, you go against Japan. Give me Brazil. That's a tough matchup. Another one. Germany and Norway. If I take Holland, give me Norway to knock Germany out in the round of 32. Nagelsmann, you will be heading home, buddy. And we got Czech and Ivory Coast. This is what I was talking about. If the Ivory Coast get a favorable matchup here in the round of 32, I will have them advancing, and I'll be doing that against Czech Republic. Then we have England, Senegal, another great matchup. This is a good matchup, but give me England. They're not going down the round of 32. Argentina and Uruguay. Give me Argentina. I don't know what their records are against each other and what it was in the comfortable in the World Cup qualifiers, but I'll take Argentina every day. Turkey and Egypt. So for Turkey getting second, they're going against 2nd place Egypt. I don't know if that's how it would be, but if we have a matchup against Egypt because we come 2nd as opposed to Bosnia, I mean, that's not necessarily. It's a little harder, but I think those are 2 favorable matchups for the US, even though Egypt have decent firepower. I think I'll take Turkey here to beat Egypt. And we got Switzerland and Jordan. Give me Switzerland to advance. And then Portugal and Croatia. Like I just said, I don't rate this Croatian team at all, so give me Portugal. We've had some solid matchups here in the round of 32, some really juicy matchups. And if this is what happens because of a 48 team World Cup, so far, if I was watching this live, this would be a dub for me. And here we got the round of 16, and we're gonna have some good matchups. Starting off with Ecuador and France. France is France. Ecuador, y'all not built like that to stop France. Canada and Netherlands. Congrats on the round of 16, Canada. Y'all getting smacked up by Netherlands. Then Ghana and Spain, another smacking for Ghana. Spain goes through. USA and Belgium. Do I put my bias in? I put the US to get to the quarterfinals, or do I put Belgium that aren't that good of a team to beat us? We did play in friendlies and they did smack us. I'm gonna put Belgium for now, but maybe no way. None of the hosts make it past the round of 16. Right? We got 3 hosts and none of them make it past the round of 16. I mean, if Mexico tops their group, it's possible, but I didn't have that. Brazil and Norway. This is one that I was going back and forth. My original pick was Norway, but give me Brazil to make it to the quarters. I was actually contemplating between Norway, but I cannot. I don't see Norway making it to the semis. In this matchup against England and Ivory Coast, another one where I was thinking a potential upset. And guess what? I'm taking the upset. Give me the Ivory Coast over England. And England is going to bash Thomas Tuchel. Thomas, you're cooked, buddy. You are cooked. Argentina, Turkey. Give me Argentina, Turkey. Round of 16, not bad. Switzerland, Portugal. You know, if Shaqiri was playing and Jan Sommer was in goal, I would have gone Switzerland. But I did say I like this Portugal team a lot, so I'm going to stick to my word and go Portugal. And I'll bias aside, man. No, I can't. I might have to be biased and put the U.S., bro. Do I be biased and put the U.S. in the quarterfinals? Fuck it, man. I'm going to do it. The U.S. to beat Belgium. I'm probably just coping, but fuck it. It's my brackets. Yeah, it's my bracket. I do what I want. I do think I want the U.S. to win, obviously, but I don't know. I think we'll get our leg back on Belgium. France and Netherlands in a very good tie. Give me France. Netherlands. If Netherlands win this, they're definitely making it to the finals, but they will not be winning. And then Spain. Never mind. I like the Netherlands, but not make it. We got France and Spain. Give me Spain, and we're gonna have a finals and a semifinals. That's pretty nice. USA will definitely get battered by Spain. Belgium would get battered as well. Here we got Brazil and the Ivory Coast. The Ivory Coast. This is where you stop. This is where you stop. Give me Brazil to the semis. Argentina and Portugal. Messi and Ronaldo. The GOAT Messi against the second best of all time and Ronaldo. But I do have to give it to Portugal. I don't think this Argentina team is as strong, and I don't think they'll have as much desire to want to win the World Cup as it did last time. So for that reason, I will take Portugal, which will lead us to our semi-final of France and Spain. Who do I have making it to the finals? This is definitely the most predicted semi-finals. If we were to go look at the percent of the most predicted semi-final match, it would definitely be this. This is probably in the fucking 80%. Now, who wins? France or Spain? France, man. Y'all not making it to 3 straight finals. Give me España. And on the other side of the bracket, Brazil and Portugal. Neymar, Ronaldo. Both of their last dances. We've just had 3 of the best players of our generation go up against each other, except Neymar and Messi. Who do I have advancing? Do I have faith in Brazil or do I have faith in Portugal? Do I have a rematch of the Euro 2024 finals? Or do I have Brazil sneaking in? I really did not think I would have Brazil in the semifinals, but when I was looking at this bracket, Brazil or Norway, I think I would definitely trust Brazil to make it more than Portugal. But now when we get here where I'm a little stuck. Does Don Carlos Ancelotti really have it? I do think he's a better coach than Roberto Martinez or whatever his name is. And this guy, Ancelotti, is a winner. I'm putting my faith in Ancelotti to take Brazil to the finals, to have a Spanish versus Brazilian finals in the World Cup, where ultimately Neymar and co will fall just short, and we will see Lamine Yamal and company lift the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So those are my World Cup predictions. I have Spain winning it. A lot different, not a lot different, but kind of different to what I envisioned. I didn't have crazy upsets in the group stage, I think, but I definitely did have some upsets here in the knockout stage. This is what soccer's all about. This is the World Cup that I'm going to be most locked in for. I'm going to try to watch every game, and I'm going to try to post daily content on each of the games. So I'm very excited. Interesting bracket. Let me know if you guys agree with this, where you disagree, where you think I went right, where you think I went wrong. I really want to hear what you guys have to say, and if you guys are seeing this and you guys even want to send me your brackets, I'll have my links for my socials in the description below. So if you guys want to see clips and stuff of World Cup content and basketball and football, you know where to find me. Link in the description. Appreciate y'all for watching.